Welcome to another episode of Backyard Texas Style Barbecue and More. Today, we're going to do something that seems to be all the rage right now. Pig shots. Everywhere you look, people are doing pig shots. Well, I've come up with my own unique spin on this. We call it the goat pig shot. We're not saying it's the greatest of all time. We're just using goat cheese with the cream cheese to make it a little more flavorful. We're going to show you what we need here. We got some barbecue sauce. We got our Creole seasoning. We got my favorite hot sauce, Cholula. We got us some jalapenos, cream cheese, goat cheese, bacon, and of course your sausage. Don't forget your cheddar. Everything's better with cheddar. So what I like to use is Eckrich beef sausage, but I like the one that does not have the casing on it, the skinless. Man, this right here, when you bite into it, is so smooth. Not like the skin, the casing. When you bite into it, it's got that pull. What's going to happen when you're making these, that pull is just going to seem to want to pull everything off of that cream cheese, everything that's on there is going to want to pull away from it. So this makes it a little easier to chew. So that's why I use the Eckrich beef sausage. We're going to cut these into about 1.5 inches. And the ends I really don't want to use because I can't stand those up. So I'm going to just throw those to the side. Doesn't have to be perfect. So here is our sausage cut, and we're going to move on to the next step. All right, so our next step here, we're going to take our bacon and we're actually going to just slice this in half. So we're going to pull it out of the package here and we're going to slice each one of these slices of bacon in half, because having that whole slice of bacon on there is just a little too much. It's going to take it forever to cook, so we want it to cook as quick as possible. One trick to keep in mind is keep your bacon relatively cold before you get ready to use it, or else it's going to be hard to work with. So we're going to take one slice of bacon and we're going to roll it up in this sausage here. We're going to roll it where we have like a little cup. Nice and tight. We're going to roll these things nice and tight. Put a toothpick in them. Hold everything in place. We really want it to stand up. When these things cook, they're going to have a tendency to want to tip over. So if you can, when you put them in your grill, you're going to want to lean them up against the side. Keep them from tipping over. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to add our cheddar cheese. And I'm going to say a good handful. There's no measurements here. Good amount here. So what we want to do is we're going to take some of our Philadelphia whipped cream cheese and we're going to put it in the bowl with the cheddar cheese. It's not going to take a whole lot, a couple of heaping spoonfuls. Then we're going to take us a little bit of goat cheese. You don't have to use a lot of this because it is very powerful. You don't need a whole lot of it, but pretty good little dollop of it there. We're going to take a little bit of our Cholula, put that in there. Take a little bit of our Tony Chachere's seasoning, put it in there. If you want to get a little crazy, we'll take a little bit of our pepper juice and sprinkle that in there as well. That'll make it a little smoother when we go to stir it up. We're just going to whip it up, get it all mixed together real well. We want all that cheese to be incorporated, so make sure it's all good and mixed up. I know you've seen me do this trick before, but we're going to do a popping bag, the popping bag method again. And basically we're just going to take this spoonful of stuff and we're going to put it in here in this little popping bag. Always make sure you fold that bag over so that you don't get that zip lock all cream cheese filled. That's not a good thing. Then we're just going to tuck that in as good as we can here. And it's relatively mess free. And we're going to just zip that closed. Make sure it's closed good because you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on it whenever you do your piping. Just kind of work all that over to the corner here, one of the corners. And we're going to snip the corner of this and make us a little homemade piping bag. And I'll just take my knife here. Just cut me a little piece of that off of there. Little corner off. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to fill these up nice and pretty. Just fill the cavity there. Just make sure you get it all kind of, and really don't want to go all the way to the top with it because it'll have a tendency to come out of there. Our last step, we're going to take a jalapeno, pickled jalapeno, and we're just going to set it on top. Just a little decoration, but also kind of cuts into that cream cheese and that goat cheese. As you notice, these things, they're going to be a little hard to stand up. So we're gonna make sure that we lean them up against something inside that smoker. Keep them from tipping over. So after about an hour of cook time, these pig shots should be ready to go. And as you can see, we've got the barbecue sauce on them. It's set, everything's looking really good. So we're gonna put these over here. And there you have it, the pig shot, or our twist on the pig shot. It's the goat pig shot. Our goat cheese, cream cheese, cheddar cheese filled goodness here. This is got candy in your mouth.
Hey, this is Remus Trucker of the Remus Trucker Band. You are listening to South of New Orleans, which you can find on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, and any place great music is streamed. You are watching Texas Backyard Barbecue and more. Let's get smoking.